So why should we care? I have a friend that calls money fun tickets. I like that because it puts a positive spin on why we work to earn money. We also work to make money so that we can care for ourselves, family, and loved ones. But to what extent are we really caring for ourselves and others? I'd like you to take a moment and reflect on your self care routine. How do you practice self care? Think about your partner, if you have one, or kids, if you have them. When you went off to work today, or before you went off to work today, did you do your best to help them feel cared for so they have this loving, lasting memory of you throughout the day? Are you so good at caring for others that you know what they need before they do? And do your acts of kindness, are they felt and appreciated by them and others? When I think of caring, that's what I imagine. That and Care Bears. I love the way Care Bears unite and do the Care Bears stare when faced with what seems like an insurmountable obstacle or a heartless enemy that's hurting others. Care Bears have this way of healing through their gift of caring. And they're great models for caring. But anyway, I digress. It's still a good visual reminder of the power of caring. Caring is the way of being that can be learned and practiced. Yes, some are better at it than others, so much so that it seems to come naturally to them, like people who can take care of plants. While others, it's a lot of work. Some don't even know how to care for others. But caring is an important part of life, and our satisfaction depends on it. Take Maslow's hierarchy of needs, for instance. So going from top to bottom, guess that didn't really make much of a difference, did it? So going from top to bottom, we have physiological needs that need to be met. And then we have safety needs, right? So do we have a roof over our head? Do we have clothing, warm clothing, or clothing that's appropriate for the weather? And then we have love and belonging. And once we have that sense of love and belonging, we can build self-esteem and we can reach self-actualization. My colleague Joanna Lyman says that Maslow was wrong and that the sense of belonging is the most important need. Now, it's a radical ask, but what if everyone felt a sense of belonging in the world and at work? How would things change and what would that look like? And what would that feel like? Chani Nicolas, an astrologer, talks about caring in her podcast this week. I'll put the link down in the resources below. And it got me thinking about how much successful tech hosts really care. We care to meet new clients in a discovery meeting. We listen carefully to their needs in order to find ways to help them meet their desired outcomes. We're constantly thinking of the participants, the presenter, and the whole purpose of the session, and it guides us and how we work. And we build a workflow to communicate and follow up in a way that everyone has what they need. Tech hosts do a lot of necessary glue work for people who are working so that they have what they need, they feel a sense of belonging so that they can contribute, do their best work, which leads to increased productivity. And the work and practices we do to make meetings more engaging, efficient, and equitable comes from the root of caring. So again, I know it's a radical request to consider what the world would be like if we all felt cared for. And it starts with you, me, each one of us. The small and meaningful acts of kindness we do for strangers, that feels good. But what would happen if we turned that onto ourselves, spent more effort in showing our family and loved ones more care, and actually brought care into the workplace? At Tech Host Academy, we have a set of values we follow, and here's how we operationalize them. Our three main values are accessibility, grace, and competency. For accessibility, we do so by showing respect, fostering inclusion, and ensuring equity among participants. We display and operationalize grace by creating that sense of belonging, by developing mastery over tech. We have to be able to deal with things that come up gracefully, and we practice authenticity. And as for the value of competency, we need to maintain curiosity by being lifelong learners. We make an impact with each opportunity and interaction that we have with clients and participants, and we share our knowledge frequently and abundantly. Have you heard of or read the book How Full Is Your Bucket by Tom Rath or Don Clifton? There's also a children's book by the same name, and it teaches us not only why it's important to be caring and show our care for others, but the how, the ways we can make a difference in others' lives. So, if care could be measured, how would you access or assess the care that you express for yourself and for loved ones and for others, and maybe even people at work? What's one thing you could do today to increase the amount of care you express in your life so that you can fill up these buckets and help make that radical thought of the world being a more caring place come true? To learn more about how to care more in more practical and measurable ways in your work, visit techhostacademy.com. You don't have to be a full-time professional tech host to make a difference, but you can learn the skills tech hosts have to make a difference at work and for others. Hope to see you there.